Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's go. Man, that was crazy, man. Dude from 804, I ain't going nowhere, man. She said, you gonna get them bags and you gonna pack up because you on this move sheet. He said, I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't going nowhere. She got on the phone. Next thing you know, you see the sergeant coming through everybody. Police coming at Joe. Like, what you talking about? Pick them bags up, man. He was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. How I'm moving? I'm supposed to be moving. I've been in this part over a year. How I'm moving? They was like, look, man, you on the move sheet. You moving. You moving, man. He was like, where I'm moving to? They was like, let me see the sheet. Lady handed the sergeant the sheet. He was like, you going to 1 Delta. You going to 1 Delta. He was like, 1 building? How I'm going from 4 building to 1 building? You can't do that, man. They was like, you gonna pack your stuff up or you going to the hole? He was like, I'm going to the hole. I ain't going to 1 building. I ain't going to no 1 building. I ain't going to no 1 building. They was like, shh, go ahead. You going to the hole then. It's like, word, that man went back in the room and that man was angry. That man was super angry. I looked up. I seen Marcus come over there like, you alright, man? Dude was like, man, they moving me, man. I don't believe this. They moving me. I can't believe this stuff, man. This is crazy right here. So, dude, Marcus over there like he consoling him the whole time, talking to me. You know what I mean? I look at James. James like, that's crazy, man. He was like, man, 1 gone. They don't need to be in here, man. 1 gone. James petty. James told me 1 gone. I'm like, yo, this is wild right here. So you leave out. You know what I mean? Now, like I say, dudes from the 804. A lot of dudes didn't rock with him from that 804, but they still knew him. Like he was still an 804 guy. He was from Richmond, you know what I mean? So I guess they looked at it like, since he was shake, rattling, and rolling that crazy, like they didn't really talk to him like that, but they dealt with him. They didn't talk to him, y'all get where I'm coming from. So everybody from Richmond started coming down there. What's up, man? He was like, man, they moving me out of nowhere, man. I'm about to go to the hole, man. I'm about to go to this hole, man. So I'm like, this joke crazy, man. I was like, man, you done seen all type of crazy stuff. So he get mad. Everybody like, man, I messed up. Everybody want to holler at him. He like, yeah, man, don't worry about it. I'm going to get back over here. Yeah, I'm going to get back over. They want to do this, just move me out of nowhere. How? What I do? Why I got to go to 1 building? I ain't got no reason in 1 building. And he just going on and on and on and on and on. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, man, I'm just looking like this junk crazy. My other homeboy looking like, he looking like how James was looking. Another 1 gone. Let's get him out of here. That's how he was feeling. So, bro packed his stuff. And bro went to the hole, man. Bro went to the hole because he knew it. And this time, I never seen Yoshi really come out the cell like that. Yoshi came out the cell like, walking to the door. He was like this. He gave that man a hug. He gave him a cross hug. He was like, they was crossing each other like, he was like, I'll be back, man. He told the boy, I'll be back. I'll be back. Those was his last words. The door closed. I'll be back. Get out of here, man. He's going to the bed, y'all. So boom, he's out of here, man. But he bucked on 1 building, so that's the consequences of bucking on 1 building, man. I promise you, man, that man wasn't freaking, he wasn't even down the hall going to 3 building yet before you seen Marcus over that joint. Marcus was like, Marcus was posted up at that door. He was like, James was like, hey, Marcus. He was like, Marcus, get away from that man, dude. What you doing? This word, Marcus turned around, was like, man, I'm grown, man. What you talking about? I'm grown, man. He went back to talking. I was like, oh, that's crazy right there. I was like, my homeboy pulled up. He was like, the one that's the old head from our way. He pulled up. He was like, hey, look. Old Marcus probably made that play, man. I was like, what? He was like, man, Marcus probably was the one that made that play. I was like, why you say that? He was like, cuz, man. How you just gonna get that man moved out of nowhere? He was like, I done seen this. You know, we seen a bunch of BS, but the old head from our way done seen it all. Like, man, I'm telling you, this a play. He start crunching his new, he was like, oh, it's a play. James was like, man, nah, I ain't no play, man. I ain't no play, man. He was like, man, listen. I said, yo, listen. If Marcus moving that sale, I said, it's a play, buddy. So boom. And I meant that. That's my word. So he talking to him. Now it's time to go to lunch. We go to lunch. We walking. We get to by the chow hall. I look back, see Marcus like this. He like, I can't hear what he's saying. He just, I looked up. I never seen Yoshi come to chow. Yoshi was like, Yoshi over there talking to him now. Yoshi giving him. So the sergeant was like, so we going to chow. I said, James, you seeing that? James was like, I hope he ain't gonna do what I think he gonna do, man. I was like, bro, listen, bro. The whole time he wanted to do boy. I said, I was wondering why he ain't got no boy. This man shake, rattle, and roll like that. I said, man, he straight old school to dude from Richmond. Straight took his joint. He was like, how he took his joint? I said, cuz, watch what happened next. He was like, man, I'm hoping no one happen next. Gonna happen next. James start eating this food. It's time to leave. We go back to the pod. We walk back in the pod. As soon as we come back in the pod, man, I'm telling you, man, the dude Marcus already slept in cell 5. Cell 8 is not far from his cell. Man, I look. Marcus was the first one coming out with his box like this. He was like, his roommate was helping him with the rest of the stuff. He was like, he was moving in the next cell. We was like, look at the joint. I was like, things was like, he just was staring there looking at it like, ain't move in. As I'm going up the steps, I couldn't see no more. I went up the steps. I'm like, yo, this is crazy right here, man. Dude's maniacs in this part. Get up the steps. I look. I see the Richmond mob over here. Richmond mob jive, congregating, having a conversation. And they just looking like, hey, I can't believe, like, hey, I'm gonna dude wrote old boy out the pod. Like, you know what I mean? Because if he did, like, that's some real snitching type activity. Like, that's some activity that nobody's supposed to get backed up for, man. If you that sneaky, I seen this happen in a jail. You know what I mean? I have seen people get rid of people in penitentiary too. It depends on who you know. You can make that happen. But like, Marcus has just got on the compound. Like, you wouldn't think he would have this type of juice. He didn't really know no authorities or nothing like that. The only thing I could think of was an inside mission, y'all. So boom, the boy has something to do with this too, because that's who know everybody. So however it went, it looked bad. However it went, it looked super bad. So I didn't care who was the brains or who was the ringleader. It looked bad all in one, man. So the whole time, dude moving his stuff, James was like, man, this joint crazy, man. This joint crazy, man. James was like, man, I was like, what, you gonna cut him off? James was like, man, I just ain't gonna rock with him like that. I still love him, but I ain't, you know. I was like, bro, you gotta choose, bro. Like, you gotta choose, man. So I didn't even want to tell him that the Richmond dudes was looking all salty and stuff. So they let everything happen. You know, it's still early in the day. He moved. So now it's time for dinner. We go to dinner. So this time we coming from dinner. Another pod was coming from 4 building. So we had to take the long way back. Remember, I be telling y'all sometimes 4 building is right next to 3 building. But 4 building to the chow hall is like, it's strictly like, come out the door, walk down the boulevard, make a right. The chow hall will be on your left. Now, everybody has the square to walk to, you know what I mean? 2 building in them, they coming from there, they make a left. We make the right to get to the chow hall. So we end up having to take the long way to go back because they let another pod come out of 4 building. So we taking a long way. We used to like that sometimes because you can talk to the dudes in 1 building window. You can get the 2 building, talk to the dudes in their window a little bit. Dudes will be up in the big windows trying to talk to us when we coming down a little strip, getting ready to come back to where the hole is at in 3 building and 4 building. So when we get by 3 building, they put the dude in cell, man, this dude had to be in cell 12. And the reason why I knew he was in cell 12 because they have windows. They have like 1 through 12 windows in the front. Those are all the front windows, you know what I mean? Those are the top tier and bottom tier. Top tier and bottom tier in 2 pods. They'll have 1 through 12. And 12 was the last window. So we walking, 12 is the last window. 12 is the cell that whoever be in cell 12, they get access to talk to everybody that comes the long way, people in the yard, all type of stuff. So when we come back, the dude already got a hole in the window because some people used to put holes in the window where they can talk. This back when we still got the tobacco party, so dudes will burn the window. And I know that sound maniac, but dudes will burn the window, man. Like you'll be surprised. So it's like you can hear dudes. So we coming around, you hear dudes say, dude from 804 say, hey, Shawty. Hey, Shawty. He calling James. James looked at him like this. James was like, so we coming up on the joint. He looking like he don't see what it is. He like, Dude like, hey, Shawty. That's all you hear. Hey, Shawty. You moved to my cell, Shawty. You in my cell, Shawty. He was like, you moved to my cell, Shawty. Man, the dude Marcus say, yeah, I'm gonna keep him warm. I'm gonna keep him warm for you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him warm for you. I was like, oh my God, this is great. James was like, he was like, all right, I got a treat for you, Shorty. I ain't gonna be back here long. I ain't gonna be back here long. This word, I looked up, I seen Marcus like this. He was like, he waved the man off. I'm like, this is a shake, rattle, and roll maniac, y'all. So boom. This is crazy. I was like, this is crazy, man. I was like, yo, this is wild. It wasn't super funny back then. It was funny, but it wasn't crazy funny because I'm like, this is wild right here. He straight took the dude boy. Like, this was wild. This was out of control, man. I promise y'all, man. So we get back in the building. So I guess everybody was like, yo, my homeboy came in after us, the one that's the old head from our town. He was like, yo, when I come back in, he was like, yo, he was talking to the big Richmond dude. He was like, he talking to the Richmond dudes. When y'all went in, he was talking to the Richmond dude. So I'm like, shh, man, we went in. I was like, bro, I don't got nothing to do with that maniac, man. He was like, no, I'm just telling you, like, so James was like, what are they talking about? He was like, man, look, they was just talking about how dude Marcus did that, how he just snuck his way and got with a dude, got him moved out the block, da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, yo, this was crazy. So as he's saying that, it was another dude in there from Richmond that I rock with, you know what I mean? Like, me and him had a good rapport. He was another dude, same type of time I'm on, like to get the money, stay out the way, same type of activities. Me and him had a good rapport. He see me as we all talking. He said, hey, Weezy, hey, Shaw, let me holler at you right quick when you finish, Shaw. I was like, all right. I was like, we can talk now. So I peel off. And he was like, come upstairs. So I go upstairs. He sleep in cell 23. So we was standing by the tier. We was on the top tier. We standing on the joint. He was like, hey, look, Shaw. He was like, look, man, I'm just coming to holler. He's like, cause I know you don't really rock with dude. He was like, but James rock with dude. He was like, but this man just got rid of the dude that used to hold the pack for us, man. He was like, man, the boy and dude from Richmond used to hold the pack. He was like, man, that's why they ain't come out like that. He was like, man, every time we get the pack, man, he was like, they holding the pack, man. So he said, man, he just got rid of the dude that was out safe, Weezy, man. This dude was out safe. So I'm like I felt him on that though. I was like, that's crazy, bro. I was like, how you know? I was like, bro, you know that for a fact he did that? He was like, man, who else gonna do that, man? He's like, man, the man that moved in the cell with his boy. I said, so why y'all ain't pull up on the boy? He was like, man, I don't be talking to him. He said, the dude from Richmond be hollering at him. He was like, but still though, like, dude just ain't gonna come in the par with that old police stuff, man. Weezy, man, Norfolk, Richmond, it don't matter. That was some cop stuff he did. I said, bro, you right. I said, but you know, James gonna want proof on it, James. He was like, bro, it ain't no proof, bro. The man did it, bro. He was like, it ain't no proof, bro. The man did it, bro. I'm like, shh. I felt bro pain. You know what I mean? I felt where he was coming from, man. But like, I told him the only thing I could tell him, because I didn't know how this was gonna play out. All I know is I didn't want to have nothing to do with this. But I told him, I said, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I said, I'm gonna go holler at James, bro. I said, James, my guy. I said, now, James talking like he rolling with this group, I'm gonna try to talk him out of it because this is senseless right here. He was like, yeah, Shawty, let him know, Shawty. We gonna make a move, bro. We just ain't wanna kind of, this, you know, just go at like James to be getting into this stuff though. So I'm like, y'all see how penitentiary he is, man. Don't nothing go in and answer, man. This man thinking he just got rid of a dude that was in the cell with somebody that he shake, rattle, and roll with, and he just gonna move in the spot. It never works that easy, y'all. So boom. So I don't know what he was thinking, man. Real talk, man. So I said, Mama holler. He was like, all right. So I dip off. I go back downstairs. My homeboy and James, they was right there. So they sitting on the steps. I pull up to the joint, right the steps. I was like, for nobody to hear me, I put my back to everybody. I said, yo, look. I said, bro from Richmond, man. He said, they're gonna end up making a move on Marcus, man, because he got rid of the dude from Richmond. And the dude from Richmond used to hold a sack. I was like, him and the boy used to hold a package. James was like, for real? He was like, yeah, bro. So I was like, they salty, bro. I was like, they salty about that joint, man. James was like, that joint crazy, but they ain't gonna bank him, though. They ain't gonna bank him, Weezy, man. I was like, yo, look, bro, listen to me, bro. I said, this man just did a shake, rattle, and roll villain series type of move, bro. I said, this man got rid of the dude and moved into his cell, bro. I said, you see it with your own eyes, James? He was like, I still ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to him though, Weezy, man. Like I'm loyal like that, Weezy. Like you can't change me or being loyal, bro. Like how you gonna change me, bro? Like I mean, I'm being honest. Like I know he probably did do that joint. You know what I mean? It looked like he did it. And he was like, but if they ain't got no proof, what you want me to just let on get beat up? Come on, man. How I'm gonna go back and tell my aunties and them? I said, man, your auntie ain't gonna care if he got beat up, man. He cheated on him with a man on the street, man. What was you talking about, man? He was like, I said, bro, listen, you know I'm right, man. My old homeboy, the old head, he just sitting there like, shh, man, that's on you, bro. I ain't fighting over no gay stuff, bro. I'm just letting you know now. Like, I'm not getting into it with nobody that's gay. And you already know. And that's how I felt. Like, I never wanted that situation to happen. So James was like, man, I don't feel where y'all coming from, man. It's just, like, I just can't just let them get beat up like that, though, bro. Like, now, they talking about shooting a fair one, whatever the case, like, then that's different. Like, he got to fight for himself. But I'll be damn if I let 5, 6 Richmond dudes go in there and just beat Unc up. I'm like, bro, like, for real, I felt them, man. But at the end of the day, still though, man, okay, that's all back, y'all. So, straight up, man, that's all back, man. Real talk, man. Like, come on. Like, his shake, rattle, and roll tactic can get you in trouble, man. Like, if you gonna shake, rattle, and roll, be a clean shake, rattle, and roller. He did a dirty mission, man. Like, you know what I mean? That was a mission that it's gonna be repercussions, you know what I mean? So, that jump was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, we tried to talk bro out of it, so they didn't say nothing. So I guess the dude from the R was waiting for me to come back and say what was going on. So I didn't say nothing to him before we had to go in for count. So when we come back out after the dinner, after the count, after all of that, we come back out. Dude seen me. He was like, hey, Weezy, what's up? What he say, Sean? I'm like, man. I was like, yo, James. He's like, no, don't call us, man. Nah, we gotta get to him. I said, James, come here, bro. Cause I ain't gonna be all in the middle of this, man. James walked up. He was like, what's up, bro? I was like, hey, look. Dude was like, yo, look, Sean, your homeboy ain't right. Your homeboy ain't right. My man in the hole, sending kites out. As soon as he said his man was in the hole, this word, James was like, man, y'all ain't even rock with him, man. Y'all ain't rock with him like that, man. Why y'all acting like y'all ready to ride for this dude now? And I ain't even never really see y'all talk to this dude like that. Richard was like, look, first of all, I ain't gotta explain shit to you, Shorty, but dude was out safe. We used to let dude hold every goddamn thing. He hold the weapons, he hold every fucking thing. And now he gone. For what? For what? Cause your goddamn freaky ass uncle goddamn wanted to move in his spot. That's fucked up, Shorty. We don't move like that in here. So goddamn James was like, man, look, I feel you, but there ain't no proof on that, bro. So like when you get some proof, I'll let me. Other than that, I ain't gonna let niggas crash out on Unc, man. Dude was like, oh, listen, man, I ain't gotta ask you to crash out on him. Dude told him straight up, he was like, I ain't gotta ask you to crash out on him, man. I just came to Weezy because me and Weezy was cool. And I know you rock with him. He said, you think I ain't had to make a hard choice about dudes from Richmond before, man? Like, I done been through this. Weezy, you done been through this. You know the count Weezy, we was in 2 buildings. You know the count Weezy, he was right. Because I seen, bro, the dude from Richmond was stealing. This one, we was a little younger. Like, this is from years back when I met, bro. But the other dude was in there stealing from Richmond. And they was in there with their little crew. But then the dude's stuff got stolen. He was from Suffolk, which that's a Tidewater city. You know what I mean? Like everybody was used to run together. Like then it was just cities. But Suffolk is part of the 7 cities of Tidewater. So when they found out he stole from a dude from Tidewater, like real talk, it was gonna be repercussions behind that. We had just got in 2C. But the dude from Richmond, they kind of got it alleviated. Like, yo, look, y'all, the dude who said he stole all this, like you can fight the nigga. He was way bigger than the dude who stole. He went in dude's cell and thrashed him. And the dudes from Richmond let it happen. What could they do? You know what I mean? They ain't let nobody bank him, but they let the dude thrash him. You know what I mean? So that's what he was talking about. He was like, Weezy, I was like, yeah, you right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, but that's on him, bro. Like, I kind of was like, yo, that's on him. Giving the bro the eye, like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that for real, bro. James was like, man, look, all I got told Weezy, bro, like, I know the man from the street. So, like, even though he gay, even though that looked bad what he did, you know what I mean? But a boy is a boy, man. Y'all finna fight because a boy chose somebody else, man. Ah, man, the boy chose him, man. Just to hear James talk like this, y'all. Like, James was really defending this dude. And I know this wasn't the time, but, like, he don't even know I was beside him like this on a little nice long scan. I can't make out of him right now. I was like, I didn't see it in his future. He's just loyal. Madness, y'all. So boom. But he's right there taking up for his aunt, man. You know what I mean? I had to scan him though. Like, it was just too much, man. Like, he was defending this stuff, man. It was like, I ain't really want to hear a lot of this stuff, man. Like, it was getting to me, man. So dude was like, yo, man, like, yo, like, for real, like something gonna happen. If we don't do nothing to him, when bro get out the hole, we gonna do something to him. So, like, either way, you gonna have to put your boots on, shorty, straight up. So James was like, man, it is what it is. He just backed up off dude, like, yo, it is what it is, man. Like, y'all do what y'all gonna do, man. I was like, yo, man, come on, bro. I was like, man, I looked at dude for Richmond, like, man, I'm gonna holler at him, man. So we walked away. We walked over there when my homeboy was standing there. I'm like, yo, bro, you really about to jump out here and do all of this because you know a nigga from the street, bro? You really about to do all that? He was like, Weezy, look, I told you, bro, I'm loyal, bro. Like, that's just how I go, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I was tripping on this, like, when I thought about this story, because I'm like I seen somebody go through this on the street. So like I remember going through this in prison, seeing somebody going through this in prison, and like, you gotta know how to make the right decision for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that's what being an adult is about, man. Like, you know, we trapped in an environment like prison where we feel like, you know, it's us against whoever and it's them against whoever. Like, everybody looks at it like it's competition or it's freaking competitiveness and who's tougher, and who's this and who's that. So this is the stuff that goes on in penitentiary, man. But like, the main goal of being an adult in penitentiary is making your own decisions, man. Like, when I got to a situation where I felt like I was making my own decisions, y'all, everything else felt like it was nothing locked up, y'all. So boom. And one of the decisions I was gonna make for myself, I told James, y'all. Like, I know y'all was waiting for this because y'all know I'm a psycho and y'all already know how I get down by now. But I told him straight up, I was like, look, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I'm being honest with you, man. I was like, that move that he did, I said, bro, we had to take that to court, bro. He'll be guilty, bro. I said, nobody's gonna talk to them people like they cool and then move in the cell with them people, bro. He said, James said, it takes two though, Wiz. What about the boy? They ain't mad at the boy. I was like, bro, listen, I don't give a shit about none of them, bro. Like, real talk, bro. I don't care about none of them, bro. All I know is I'm not getting into nothing over them. Like, period, bro. So I'm letting you know, I don't have nothing to do with it, man. My other homeboy was like, man, he right, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, bro. That's on you, man. James was like, he looked at us like, y'all niggas sellouts, man. I was like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, man. I'm letting you know now I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. So goddamn, I guess he was feeling like the only person he hasn't talked to yet was really goddamn the nigga Marcus. Cause since this happened, he been ducked off in the cell with his goddamn boy with the cut on. The cut was all the way up, y'all. All the way up. That's where the cut was at. So goddamn, I guess James was like, man, I'm gonna holler at him. So James dipped off from us and he got dude out the cell. He finally come out. This word, Marcus come out the cell like, he was listening to him. James was like, yo, look, man, you got us going through all this shit, man. Richmond niggas ready to fuck you up, man. You wrote that man out the block. You did some old, you did some old petty shit to get him up the block. He was like, man, I ain't do nothing, man. That man time was up, man. That man time was up, man. He was like, the boy chose me, man. What's the problem, man? What the problem is, man, this shit happen all the time, man. The boy chose, man. I'm like, this is crazy right here. James was like, oh yeah, he chose, huh? He chose, huh? So as he's saying that, you see the Richmond dudes coming down the steps like bad dudes. This word, he was coming down the steps with three on them like, they came down the steps fast as hell. He was like, yo, what's up? Hey, look, let me holler at you right quick, huh? James was like, man, James backed him up a little bit like he got in front of him. I was like, what's wrong with James? He was like, watch out, bro. You ain't got nothing to do with this shit. James was like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna bank him. Which one of y'all gonna fight him? Because if y'all gonna bank, we all gonna fight. What's up? So I'm like, this shit crazy. The other Richmond niggas come down. Word, they come down the steps. So they're like, man, look. So now it's like 7 of them. You know what I mean? It's only freaking Marcus and Nate. It's only Marcus and James. So I'm like, so I see this shit. They all kind of like right there, like, yo, man, listen, man. You gonna watch out. We gonna goddamn go in that nigga shit and fuck him up anyway, man. You better move, man. James was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, man. So we was like, man, I looked at my homeboy. My homeboy was like, I just looked up. I was like, shh. I was like, yo, look, man, come on, man. Ain't no need for this. So I stepped up. I don't know why I was doing it. I was like, yo, come on, man. Ain't no need for this, man. Marcus was like, I don't care what they talk about. That boy chose. That's all he kept saying. The boy chose. What do you mean the boy chose? I'm like, fucking psychopath. So I'm like, yo, chill out, man. Everybody dudes from Richmond was like, man, look, Weezy, y'all ain't got nothing to do with this shit for real, man. Y'all defending this fucking scumbag. I said, y'all ready to fight over a fucking boy, bro. I said, come on, man. Both of us wrong for real, bro. I was like, man, come on, man. At the end of the day, I said, man, you gotta let dude handle his business when he get out the hole, man. Like, or unless one of y'all, you know what I mean? James was like, straight up, man. Unless one of y'all gonna run. I'm like, I can't believe I just stuck up. I can't believe I just jumped out there like that for this people, man. I couldn't believe it, y'all. So James was like, yeah, damn right. Damn right. So I'm like, that dude from Richmond was like, man, for real, man. The other was another dude from Richmond that I never really talked to like that in the problem. He was a little older. He was like, man, for real, y'all ain't tell me y'all was about to fight over the nigga that, y'all, I thought y'all was about to go fight. You know what I mean? Something going, y'all telling me y'all about to fight over the nigga that went to the hole, man. He's like, man, y'all ready to, like, he was like, man, for real, we look stupid down here, ready to fight over this nigga, man. He was like, man, fuck that. That nigga need to handle his own business, man, when he get out the hole. So goddamn, when he said that, Marcus was like, that's all I asked. Man, I ain't got no problem with none of y'all. I ain't got a problem with none of y'all. So niggas was like, like for the grace of God, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, like that shit got alleviated that night, y'all. So boom, I was happy because I thought when we jumped in, not really jumped in, but when we stepped up to really speak about what was going on, I thought it was gonna happen. I thought everybody was gonna get to fighting. That's what I thought, man. Like for real, if somebody would have swung on James, I was gonna rock with James. I was gonna rock with him, y'all. I don't know why. I told him I was done. Usually when I tell people I'm done, I'm done. But I was definitely gonna rock with James, man. But nevertheless, man, nothing happened that night. The Richmond dudes kind of like, yo, for real, we looking stupid. We about to fight over a nigga that rock with boys. You know what I mean? So that's what all that was about. I'll say a week later, nigga get out the hole. Man, this is how bootleg penitentiary is, man. Now, whoever did some old larceny stuff, they got them right out the block. The police should have known what was going on with this. That's why they try to move him to one building. But once he bucked on one building, he goes back into the ringer, and they don't give a fuck where he landed after that. They put this man upstairs in 4D. I promise y'all, man, we going to child. We go to child. As soon as we go to child, me and James, we see the nigga. I see James spot him, so I spot him. I was like, he was standing in the cut like over by 4A. He was like, hey, your uncle came to child, show me. James was like, I don't know. We hit the door, boom, we get out. We start walking down the boulevard. I was like, yo, dude, out the hole. He was like, I know. I said, man, dude, get your goddamn peoples, man. He was like, man, as long as it's hell, I ain't gonna do it. He was like, niggas was talking about banging them in the pod. That's when I was going, you know what I mean? Because I know before, I know, bro. You know I'm from the street. You ain't gotta keep telling me that. I was like, so you ain't gonna do it? He was like, nah. I said, let's go eat then. Shit. This is word, we went to go eat. We in the damn child, we eating. Goddamn, man, this is my word. You look up, you just seen police running. Police running towards 4 buildings. They coming from 2 buildings, they coming from 1 building, they coming the shortcut. The 2 building, I told y'all, we take the long way. 2 building and 1 building coming that way. Everybody running to goddamn 4 building. Everybody. I was like, yo, we got up, everybody went to the window and looked. He was like, yo, this shit crazy, man. They was like, yo, what the fuck happened, man? Niggas was like, oh, they taking 2 niggas to the hole. 3 niggas to the hole. It was like 3 people went to, like, where we at, we can't really see through the gates all the way to 4 building. You know what I mean? Because they taking them from 4 to 3, which is right next door. So we see niggas coming out. We just couldn't see who it was. So I was telling James, I was like, bro, I bet you that was goddamn the nigga Marcus, man. My word, man. Goddamn, we come back in the building. That the old head nigga that don't go to child, man. He said the dude for the 804 came up that bitch and went bananas, man. He said he went up that bitch and started beating the fuck out of goddamn the nigga Marcus, man. He said the boy tried to jump in to fight him. He said he stabbed the boy. My word, the nigga stabbed the boy. He said he hit the boy in the shoulder. He said they started roaming. They was trying to bank the nigga in there. He said, man, that nigga had the knife. He was trying to goddamn take the boy out. So the police picked the shit. Police ran in the joint. Said they had a standoff. The nigga from the 804 had the hammer in his knife in his hand. Man, it was madness, man. But he said, man, Marcus ended up making it out the shit just with a freaking couple of fighting wounds, man. Like, the boy got stabbed. You know what I mean? So that shit was crazy. So we took them niggas. We come back in the party, hear all that shit. The goddamn nigga James was like, I'm glad I ducked that, bro. I was like, listen, bro, from here on out, if a nigga come from the street, bro, that we don't know, we already established this. But I was like, but for real, if somebody come from the street, bro, that you know, I know, bro, they on some BS, bro, we not rocking with it, bro. Like, we're not out. He was like, yeah, you right, man. He was like, man. I said, bro, you almost had us in here fighting over shake, rattling, and rolling, bro. He was like, man, I'm glad Uncle can get stabbed. I was like, man, look, man, that shit crazy, man. You know what I mean? So they all went to the hole, man. The only person that didn't get out was the nigga from the 804 that tried to stab him. But the boy got out, and the nigga goddamn Marcus got out, man. They went to 2 building. Y'all know what happened when they got to 2 building? They got in the cell together, man. They live happily ever after. That's how penitentiary is, man. Shit is spooky in there. Shit is spooky in there, man. We made it out that joint unscathed, y'all. Thank God, man. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. I need y'all to stay out the way from it, though, man. It just make more sense to be out here on the street than be on a damn wall phone trying to make a call to somebody who don't really want to answer the jank. Just stay out here, man. Change your life around. Do the right thing. The hustling game is over with, man. I know people still doing it, but you're going to jail for it, man. So try to find a way to get money the legit way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the Thursday Bangle. That's what I y'all do this. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way. Chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way. Kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way. Mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Stand out the way. What you thought that it was? Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.